This week's episode is brought to you by chocolate milk. Do you have a gallon of 1% that is about to go bad? Do you not want to drink a whole gallon of milk? Well, with chocolate milk, you can drink it and feel warm and fuzzy inside. Chocolate milk. Did I steal my roommate's chocolate milk powder to make it? Yes. Am I a grown man? Kind of. Welcome to Nexus at Night. This week's episode is featuring my upstairs neighbors. Can you hear them stomping around? I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And today we are talking about My Glorious Justice, which is, let's see, what are we on?
Extra Booster 8.
Yeah, Extra Booster 8, but it's also kind of, sort of, not, I don't know, not even. So, the last time that these three clans got support, those being Dimension Police, Grand Blue, and Aquaforce, it was our 100th episode. So, yeah, support in less than a year, that counts, right?
I did it. Congratulations.
Because we're not on episode 152, 52 weeks in a year. Yeah, that's something. So, to anybody who's never been on this podcast for a set review before, how it goes is we each take a clan and we go from the VRs all the way down through the double Rs, saying their effects and talking about them, as well as any commons or rares that interest us. So, Matt, will you do the honors?
Alrighty, so I have Dimension Police, so I'm going to start with their VR, Super Dimensional Robo Die Liner.
Like a cruise liner?
Sure, why not? So it's grade 3, Force Gift, 13k base, all that nonsense. All your grade 3 units get shield plus 10,000. And then it has a once per turn act skill on the Vanguard Circle. You can counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 normal unit from among them and put it in your hand. If you revealed a grade 3, this unit gets power plus 20,000 and critical plus 1.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it just becomes a big.
No, it's not just that. It's you can search anything in that top 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But you really want a grade 3.
Yeah, of course.
You see.
No,
which is also 10k shield while you have it.
Yeah. And this is great in premium, too, because you're like, all right, I have this for the D-Robo name, I get a Force Gift out of it, and I have an effect on the opponent's turn without really having to do anything.
Yeah.
God damn, this thing's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It feels... I don't know. It feels pretty good. It has the same problem as like most Force Clan thingies, where it's just like, what do you do versus what is this adding versus other stuff? But it's fine.
Other stuff like what? Protect?
Like protect clans, yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. Really, the fact that you can have that 20k and a crit be live on your first ride is something to be said. Then again,
which I think you're going to go after a lot.
Yeah, but then again, so was Dayusha, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Great Dayusha. So you search Great Dayusha, he gets 20k and a crit, which, 23, 43, you're pretty much live right there with the booster. So you then get, 4 drive checks and all that other good stuff. Wow, this is...
You just try to high roll your opponent, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, does that mean the original Dayusha has been power crept out by this thing, or...?
Probably. Because that card was already not great. You just kind of had to play it because it's the only thing that could reasonably get powerful enough.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bad card. It was just a little slow,
but it's
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you do? Just, 4 of this, 4 Great Dayusha, and then 1...
Probably 4 some other grade 3, to be honest.
12 grade 3s? Yeah, then again, all your grade 3s get 10k shield, so it's not like you're going to have, a shield problem as much.
Yeah, and, you just have to hit a grade 3 off this card, basically. So you want to make it, as high percentage as possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't hit a grade 3 on this card, it is disaster.
Oh, because you just counterblasted and soul blasted for...
To draw a card, which is awful.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the plus 20k thing is going to be a theme, because next up we have Ice Prison Necromancer Cocytus. So, Grand Blue, grade 3, Protect Gifts, 12k. On Van, during your turn, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, he gets plus 10k. And then if it has 20 or more cards, it gets plus 20k and a crit instead of the 10,000. And then the second skill is act once per turn. You can counterblast 1, put 4 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone, and call up to the number of grade 3 cards in your soul plus 2 from your drop zone to rear. So if you have 1 grade 3 in your soul, you call 3. If you have 0, you call 2, etc.
This card's nuts.
This is crazy. So I have talked to a couple of people who have been testing this card since the reveal, namely my friend Vince and our friend James, who has been on this podcast before. And he says that this adds a lot of consistency to the deck that it didn't have before, because it kind of does Baskert's job of being a constant, source of pressure, but it also lets you shit out a board for only 1 counterblast, while at the same time it makes the whole deck out clock thing more of a problem.
Yeah.
This thing is really good, though.
Yeah, I'm super happy about it.
And if your drop zone is bad, that mill 4 can really help fix it.
And then, let's say you ride Romario, you end up getting 2 in drop zone because you fish 1 out with Romario of the 3 you milled. So 2 for, you're at 6. That's more than halfway to 10. So it's not hard to hit that threshold. The 20 or more for the 20k in a crit thing is late game, but you're a protect clan. It's what you do. So he also James also said that he's been testing this with Protect 2 and said it is very funny that you can combine it with another card that I will get to when we get to it, just for the amount of toolboxing and cycling you can do with your hand, where you can basically manipulate your hand like you would manipulate your actual hand. It's pretty crazy to me. You're up, Root Beer.
Alright, Blue Storm Supreme Dragon Glory Maelstrom. So grade 3 Excel Gift 12k yada yada. Act once per turn. Counterblast 1 until end of that turn. Your opponent cannot intercept and can call up to 1 card from his or her hand to the guard circle for each battle. If your soul has a Maelstrom in its has a card with Maelstrom in its name, all your front row units get power plus 10,000 until end of turn.
You yada yada over the best part.
No, I mentioned the bisque.
All right, so I think this card is pretty sweet. I just hate that it needs the old Maelstrom.
Yeah,
it doesn't need the old Maelstrom. It benefits from, and it can be, and it's not even. It can benefit from riding over itself.
Yeah,
well, that's true.
But that's the thing, is you kind of want the other Maelstrom for consistency, because
of course, why wouldn't you?
Riding not Maelstrom and then riding this card is just
rough,
a disaster.
Yeah.
Well, okay. The important thing is that shutting off the opponent's intercepts and making it so that they can only call 1 card for battle. If you're hitting over
28k or 27k, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, 27k or 28k, that means it's either Sentinel or go fuck yourself.
Sentinel or heal, basically. Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. It also makes Protect 2, which was Protect's original, or that's their answer to Excel weakness, is having a big intercept instead of having to waste more cards in hand for the PGs. It just invalidates Protect 2 for 1 counterblast.
Can they guard and then intercept?
It says
no,
cannot
they can't
intercept.
intercept at all.
I can't read. Never mind.
Reading is hard, after all.
Look, I only read the second line.
No, of course. Also, that second skill doing the, give your whole board a front trigger is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I really think that first still, which I'm going to dub this the single door still, because the battle door still, like Battle Door Fighter from Nova Grappler, makes it so you have to call 2 or more. Single door still is 1 or nothing.
Yeah.
We can just call it. Why can't we just call it Glory Skill?
Yeah.
Because Glory still is no grade 1s or higher.
Yeah, but Glory Skill is rotated out.
Yeah. We have a new Glory Skill.
There have to be other cards that no grade 1s or higher.
Let's call it Glory Skill to make Atlas upset.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everyone, are you on board? Glory Skill.
It's not making me upset. It's just it's making my my eye twitch. There's a difference.
Nice.
There's 2 of them. This thing's really good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Great. It'd be nicer if I didn't have to run the old Maelstrom for consistency, because fuck my wallet.
give you Maelstrom Reverse, and then you can play that instead.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh wait.
Plus, it's not like, at least in standard, it's not like you're gonna have a lot of other great options for good rides. So.
Let's see. Maelstrom is almost $30 right now.
Really? God damn. Okay, well I can guess which clan got the hype from this set.
Alright, shall we talk about the next card?
Yes, we shall.
Yes.
So this is a card I really liked in the old game, only after they got lots of support later. Platinum Ace. So this card was famous for gaining a crit as a grade 2 for some reason, and it still does that, luckily. So it's a grade 2 10k. During your turn, it gets 5,000 power for no reason, on Vanguard Circle only. So it's just a 15k Vanguard during your turn for no reason.
Awesome.
Sure.
And then on Rearguard Circle, once per turn, when it attacks, if your Vanguard is grade 3 with power 30,000 or greater, you can Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets power plus 10,000 and critical plus 1 until end of turn.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man, you just battle for like 20k plus whatever with a crit, easy.
I'm literally crying right now, just out of fear, I guess. Like,
Sorry, did I say 20k? I meant 25k.
Of course. No, I don't mean like bawling or anything. I'm just shedding crazy tears right now, just looking at this thing.
Yeah, man. It just does the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get why he gets 5k on the Vanguard Circle. That they literally just tacked that on for no reason, just for
but that's exactly the kind of bullshit you want. Because now when you ride this on grade 2 and don't call a booster behind it, you're like 15 to your 10. Your opponent can't just be like crit and take no damage. Now they're like crit 1 to pass.
Yeah, and you're like,
so that 5k is actually like pretty big.
Yeah.
Especially being a Force clan, it's not like you have to hit numbers. You are the numbers.
Right.
Yep. And then a single booster, and it's already 28k on Rearguard.
Which is the number, as it were.
Yeah. Okay. So the fact that that threshold of Vanguard being plus, 30k or greater, that's nothing. That is it doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Yeah.
This card is going to be especially sweet with Great Dayusha.
Yeah. Give everything 10k? Fuck yeah.
Because it's just going to be like 38k with a crit on rear for no reason.
Yeah.
You have to have multiple PGs that turn.
So this is like Die Dragon turned up to 11, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's Die Dragon, but gains a crit for some reason.
Yeah.
Alright, so the other card we have is Magical Police Quilt. This sounds like a fucking unit from not Dimension Police, but alright.
No, it's an old one.
It's a grade 1 8k. Auto on whatever circle you want. When placed, you can discard a card, and one of your Vanguards gets plus 10,000 till end of turn. Whatever.
Okay.
And then when it attacks, if your Vanguard has 30,000 power or greater, you can counterblast one, and draw a card. And that counts when boosting as well. It has a reminder text since that was confusing before.
I mean, can you blame them, really?
No. I mean,
Yeah.
It was confusing before, so I think they actively should have.
Gotcha. I thought you were being sarcastic.
No. Because people would say, like, before, like, they'd be like, does it count boosting?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yes, it does. So the original version of this card was just the on-hit drop and draw. Remember those from way back in the day? Yeah, it was that one for Dimension Police. So I think that explains the first skill, because they're like, we should probably have something with a discard, and then...
But it doesn't discard draw. It just discards and then draws somewhere else, which I don't think will.
But it's probably just to keep up the thematic. So what do you think about this?
It is really whatever. I hope to not be playing this card, because I mean the first skill is nice because like sometimes when your draw is bad, this can make it so like you can still hit numbers on your Vanguard, as in numbers for your own skills. I mean,
yeah.
But you probably hope not to use that kind of ability.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a way to increase power without having to pay for soul or counterblast.
That's definitely true, and I think that's worthwhile. But discarding a card is a large cost.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have complete choice of what you're discarding, of course.
It seems like you would run like more draw triggers to supplement that, because you're like, all right, drop a 5k vanilla. What do I?
I think you're playing draw triggers in Dimension Police no matter what. So.
Yeah, true.
You can't really afford to play grade 1 PGs in Dimension Police, probably.
I don't think this deserved to be a triple R. At all.
No.
Double R at best. But You know what did deserve to be a triple R? Is
What's that?
Greed Shade. So, Greed Shade, grade 2, 9k. On Van or rear, during your turn, if your drop zone is 10 or more cards, this unit gets plus 5k. Neat.
All right.
Good skill. Second skill is on rear guard. When placed, discard a card from your hand, put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone, and return a card not named Green Shade from your drop zone to your hand.
This card's dumb. What the hell?
What
Yeah.
the fuck? Like,
This card is insane.
okay, this thing single-handedly took Grand Blue from, like, yeah, Bastards got a crit and everything, fine, I guess, too. I have consistency in my drop zone now.
Could at least say grab a normal unit or something.
Nope. Get,
Nope.
get those dank draw PGs.
Yeah.
With
Or just get
Fire.
heal triggers back over and over again.
Oh yeah, suck on that, G guards. Look, the thing is, like, one of the strengths of Romario was that you got to pick whatever you wanted from your drop zone, but you never really had much choice. This is any time of the game. So the bigger your drop zone gets, the crazier the potential for this skill gets. Yeah, this thing is single-handedly, like, I think gonna save Grand Blue from the relative mediocrity that it was in.
Well, not single-handedly. The cock is also here.
Yeah, I've been calling him Coke this whole time.
Well, that's less fun.
And sure. I mean, there's Captain Kirk and then ice cold bottle of Coke and whatever. Doesn't matter.
Wow, you don't like fun, do you?
I like fun. I just like puns more than fun. Anyway, Greed Shade is really, really awesome, and I could... If they had made it the VR instead of Cokitis, I wouldn't have been mad, like, at all.
Grade 2 VR.
Yeah. Why? Because, whatever. Fuck yourself.
Fuck you.
I mean, we had that grade 1 VR in the Bermuda set.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, we can't judge Bermuda like everybody else. Bermuda's weird.
Yes, they are.
I think the craziest thing that Bushiro could ever do is just start putting Bermuda in, like, you know, like, relatively often in sets, where it's, like, every couple months or so.
Imagine they just started releasing Bermuda alongside other clans.
Yeah, I think that could have helped solve their, like, insane power creep problem, where they kind of overshoot the target sometimes.
They overshoot the target for, like, a month, and then in the past they would just make new random mechanics and completely power creep Bermuda, but that's not happening right now.
Nexus at Night, the other Magdalentica Clan podcast?
Yeah, it's the Bermuda episode, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. And then the other triple R for Grand Blue is Ripple Banshee. So, 8k, grade 1. On rearguard circle, when placed from drop zone, use Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 4k till end of turn.
Alright.
Neat.
Solid.
Pretty
Kind of
good.
Weird Al card going on here.
Oh, because of the accordion?
Yeah. This card seems okay.
The thing with Grand Blue is that your grade 1 lineup, like, outside of Cutlass and Romario, didn't really matter. So you're like, alright,
So you
cool.
play this for free.
Yeah, why not? Like
It's a draw.
It's a free draw.
I also do think Soul Blasting is rather important in Grand Blue because sometimes you write things that you'd rather have in your drop.
Correct.
So Soul Blasting's pretty nice.
Before, the only way to really do that was Bastark, and that was a lot slower. Whereas this, if you pull it out with Cokitis, bam, there's your card in drop zone.
Yep.
So, good stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cokitis just doesn't Soul Blast, so it's pretty nice to have another way to Soul Blast.
Exactly. I like that thing a lot.
You gotta give him the cock.
Alright.
We're going to be
All right,
rated
now-
NC-17 by the end of this episode.
Alright, so what are we being assaulted with next?
We are now currently being assaulted by Coral. He is a grade 2 9k. So, continuous, during the battle and attack, if you have 4 or more other units in rest, it gets power plus 15,000, and then at the end of the turn, if the total number of attacks this turn is 4 or more, put it into soul and draw a card.
Damn.
So that's a 24k beater. And then you don't have to,
Mm-hmm.
draw a card. By
Yeah.
and getting a soul.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like not bad.
This is, I think it helps a lot with Aquaforce's getting sniped problem. Like, I make a board and I attack you. Okay, I spend 2 or 3 turns killing your rear guards. What are you going to do now? You know, this at least allows you to commit and then get some of your cards back.
Yeah, if you're facing off against something that wants to get rid of your board, you can just put it away, get a new card. hopefully that's good. Card is good. And also, if you put this on an Excel circle, it'll hit either 29 or 34k, depending on which Excel circle you're using. So that's like easy Maelstrom fodder.
Oh yeah.
This guy hits good numbers with Glory Maelstrom because 34 means it's PG or can't guard.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. I think this thing is just gonna be like useful, no matter what the format.
It's just nice to have. It hits big
getting
numbers.
plus 15 is a lot.
Yeah, it is. But I think they deserved it because they kind of got shafted the first time around.
Mm-hmm. And it works well with Excel too, because being 29 on a extra rearguard circle is like really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this card a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, it hits good numbers either way.
Yep.
And now, the next card we're being assaulted with is Wheel Assault. So, grade 1, 8k, auto, rearguard. At the end of the battle it boosted, choose 2 rearguards and swap their positions. And when you ride on top of it, counterblast 1, draw a card, call a card from your hand to rearguard circle.
This card just seems freaking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody on Proof's Discord, and I was like picking his brain about Premium Aquaforce, and he's like, "Man, I really wish there was a way to fit in Wheel Assault like the original one into the deck because I like it, but I don't like it being a 5k shield." And literally a day later, this got revealed. He was like,
"Amazing.
Okay, yeah, that works." So
this one's even better than the old Wheel Assault because it doesn't even cost a counterblast to swap.
It doesn't cost a counterblast to swap. There's no battle number restriction, and it's got a thing where if you ride it first, you get like another.
You get to draw a card.
Yeah, you get like the Gold Paladin thing, where just the draw and call.
I will say there's a small thing to note going on here with Wheel Assault combined with Glory Maelstrom. Glory Maelstrom's plus 10k to front row is not a continuous skill. It only gives plus 10k to the units that were there to start with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, meaning once you swap something with Wheel Assault, like maybe you have something sitting behind your Vanguard circle, that thing will not have the plus 10k. So, like, one common thing you can do is, like, shove a grade 3 or something, or big unit behind your Vanguard, attack with your extra rearguard circle, and then swap the position of the one behind your Vanguard and the one in the extra rearguard circle.
Yeah.
So you can kind of double up on that kind of stuff.
I think now, just with Excel circles, the whole like position swapping thing that Aquaforce did before has a lot more potential. Mm-hmm. Because before it was like, all right, I'm going to move the back one to the front and the front one to the back. And then now it's like, I'm going to move the front one and exchange it with the one on the Excel circle so I can use it twice.
Well, what it also means, if you have like an important rearguard on your Excel circle, you put the guy that we just talked about, Coral Assault behind Vanguard, you attack with the Excel guy, the guy you want to protect, attack with the Wheel Assault column, switch Coral Assault into the Excel circle, attack with that with plus 15, and move it into Soul and draw a card.
Yeah.
So now it's protected behind Vanguard.
Mm-hmm. It's also helpful for like when you have a bad hand. That way, if you can't really play boosters, you can just call out a bunch of high-grade units and swap them around onto the extra circle. They'll hit numbers.
2 Wheel Assaults is very funny.
This thing is great. Yeah, not really much else I can say about it. I literally seeing Coral Assault by itself made me want to pick up Aquaforce again. Just seeing the reveal weeks ago. So that's like a thing. Also, shout out to my friend Carly, who I taught her how to play with Aquaforce. So, hooray for Carly. Oh man, we got another D-Robo.
Alrighty, so the next, we have another grade 3 D-Robo called Super Dimensional Robo Dizoris. So it is a double R, 13k grade 3, force gift, is all the good stuff. During your turn, this unit gets power plus 5,000 for each card in your damage zone. So early on, it's probably going to be power plus 5,000 or 10,000, and later in the game, maybe just be plus 25 for no reason. And it has an auto skill at the end of the battle that attacked. If its power was 35,000 or greater...
If your Vanguard's power was 35,000 or greater.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. If your Vanguard's... And this is only on Rearguard Circle.
Yeah.
So it has at the end of the battle, this is attacked. If your Vanguard's power is 35,000 or greater, counter plus 1, put it in Soul. One of your Vanguards gets power plus 10,000 and drive plus 1 until end of turn.
Wow.
Sounds like fun.
That's pretty cool.
So that's shove more shit into your Vanguard there.
Yeah.
This in premium format, where you can just get more chances at guard breaking people.
Oh no!
Yeah, get them. How many drive checks do you have? 5, I think.
Asshole.
But you do have to attack with this first. So
Yeah.
also a thing.
Well, you would
But
just go it first, then the one you have on the other side, then Vanguard for quintuple drive. God damn it! I mean, also I think this will be good for budget players just in general. It's a double R with a nice ability, so thumbs up to that.
Triple drive is just also a powerful effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to read something very quick. One sec.
Oh god, put this on Stark.
So
Asshole.
yeah, just get him. Just 3 attacks with drive.
With twin drive on each one.
Get him.
Oh my god.
And
You guys
then
are making me sad.
And Stark will always have power, right?
yeah. And then you can combine them with like Laurel or something to give him a crit on top of that.
Yeah, why not?
That's 4
70K.
counterblasts, by the way.
Well, it's also you have to call over your rearguard circles because you'd have to like recall these.
Oh,
Just call 2 of them, right?
yeah.
Just blow all of your counter
Yeah,
blasts
it's 4
on a single-
counterblast, like 7 cards. You have 3 attacks with an extra crit. It's like 72k power or 92k power with 3 drive checks apiece. Easy.
He did it. He found a way to make Stark go back to 3 drive checks. Fucking ready the confetti cannons.
You just have to use no counter blasts up to that point.
Yeah, easy.
Honestly, I would do it just for the meme. There has to
I would do it.
Oh, yeah.
I would do it too.
Yeah.
Think I wouldn't? Absolutely amazing. Yeah, this card is something else. I don't know if it's good, but it certainly exists.
It's funny. Would it
All
make
right.
your way into the deck since you want a lot of grade 3s for Die Liner?
It could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Because
I-
extra drive check is powerful. But
I-
not being able to like restand your Vanguard is kind of hurts the extra drive check.
At the very
What if you-
least, it's medium to medium plus.
Yeah.
Yeah?
What if you
It
did
is-
it on the Great Dayusha restand, though?
The hype level is high. That's what we do know. Oh, right? Yeah.
You just rewrite Great Dayusha, attack with this, and then all of a sudden it has another 10k and an extra drive.
Yeah, why not? Easy. So we have another grade 3 Force Gift duder.
Y'all dudes need Jesus.
Roaring Beast Audion. Has an act on Vanguard Circle only. You can Soul Blast a grade 3, put any number of rear guards into your soul, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 and critical plus 1 until end of turn for each of them. So up to 25,000 and 5 crit. No big deal. And when it attacks, you can Soul Blast 3 until end of that battle. If your opponent would call cards from his or hand to guard circle, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time.
So it has a Battledore skill and a way to like just get a ridiculous number of crits. I mean, you could do this after doing the Laurel thing.
Yeah, this is never going to hit anybody.
Oh, of course not. But like, man, they really wanted to go for memes with this set with Dimension Place, didn't they?
Right?
Yeah, you got the 20k in a crit. You got the extra drive check. You have like they're weird.
I mean, hey, if your opponent has 1 card in hand, you could just get him, right?
oh
Yeah.
Or even 2 cards in hand, because they can't have PG and another card to guard with.
Yeah. If you manage to get a good rush off or something, and then you go into this, you could possibly just end it because it gets a crit for each thing you put in there. So you're like, oh, you're at 2, I'm going to put 4 in.
Right?
All right. How's it looking now?
PG. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you had 1 card in hand. Yeah, it was the
Gotcha.
it was the Leanne.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And then the other card is a card that I played a lot in Legion era, or late Legion era, because it was a 10k booster back in the old days. But now, what is it? So it's a Glory Maker. It's a grade 1 8k. When it boosts, if the boosted unit has power 30,000 or greater, you can counterblast 1. Until end of that battle, your opponent can only call grade 0s from his or her hand.
Interesting.
So we can turn off grade 1 and higher.
Yeah.
You can also turn off protect gifts too.
So is this also a glory skill?
Yes, this is also this is an old school glory skill.
We've got him, boys.
We're going for a meme hat trick here. We just need one more. And
We need
got
a
it.
glory something with a
Yeah.
different skill.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Anything with glory in the name. I'm guessing you're not going to get it from Grand Blue because they're pirates or whatever.
Man, I don't know what to think about this card. It's another counterblast. It doesn't stop PGs at all, and yeah, I'm just like not into this.
It seems like it requires prediction to get right, where you're like, all right, I saw the last 3 turns, and they were not triggers.
I've memorized my opponent's last 10 cards they saw. So.
Or something. I don't know. It just seems like it's not worth the trouble.
Yeah, this card is probably not very good, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Like, making it so they can only guard with zeros is kind of... I guess they can't guard with Protect Gifts, right?
Yeah, like I said.
So, maybe it's a little better, but...
It seems like you would use it like against something like Angel Feather, where they...
just kind of have to get in.
Where they have, they've chain-ridden, Zerakiel twice, and they have 3 Protect Gifts in hand. You're like, oh, all right, I'm going to invalidate 3 cards immediately. Which you can tell.
I'm probably rating it a bit lower than it actually is, but... yeah. It being only zeros is weird.
It may seem awkward, but I get the feeling it might be better in practice than we're making it out to be, necessarily.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm admitting here. Yeah. I don't think I can properly rate this card at the current time.
Yeah.
So, my...
See, that's where the internet comes in, and where people on Twitter should be like, "No, guys, I tested it." And
I'm sure a few podcasts from now, if it is indeed good, Matt won't stop talking about it.
Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah, because it's another glory skill. Of course, he's not going to stop talking about it.
From here on out, right?
Yeah, exactly. The Bermuda anime. All right. Speaking of anime, Master Swordsman Nightstorm. It's a grade 3, 12k Protect gift. So on Vanner Rearguard Circle, when placed, you can put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone, and he gets plus 5k until end of turn. And then on Vanner Rear, when it attacks a Vanguard, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, you can counterblast 1 and draw a card. So, very medium. Honestly, with Bastkirk, Cotitus, and then Skull Dragon, who is still rather important as a rearguard, to kill with, this doesn't really have a place in Standard. But it's really good in Premium because you have a skill you can do when you ride it besides the Protect gift. And if you're a Protect clan, getting Protect gifts is very important in this meta because you have things like Nubatama to contend with. So playing something for the Protect gift is worth it. And I think using either this or I forgot the name of her, but the grade 3 that rides from drop zone for Counterblast 2 and is a 22k on rearguard. So either him or her is the ideal grade 3 in Premium because you're striding over it most of the time anyway. So yeah, and also in Premium you have a lot more Counterblast to play with, so getting a free draw isn't always a bad thing.
So in Standard we shouldn't touch this card.
More or less, yeah. I mean, if you're a budget player, go for it. But some people are whores. And some people have an actual trading card budget in their monthly.
That's fair.
In their, their paycheck. I'll set aside money for cards.
And if only we had a Patreon or something people could donate to.
What?
We do, but nobody does because we're kind of bad at honoring the goals because Richard doesn't keep me updated and I don't know how to log into it. So
maybe we should make a new one just for this podcast.
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Well, blaming Richard. I see how it is.
We've done that several times before. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, so here's another one. Stormride Ghost Ship.
This guy again.
Hashtag the boat. So it's a grade 2, 9k. In hand, it cannot be normal called, so you can't call it to guard circle either. And
what the fuck?
Hang on. On rearguard circle, when it attacks, it gets plus 15k until end of that battle. And at the end of the battle, draw a card and retire this unit. So this is a little awkward. If anyone remembers the original... I don't think it was Stormride Ghost Ship. Oh, no, it was. Okay, so Stormride Ghost Ship couldn't attack unless you called it from drop zone. Because it had the restraint ability. Now, they took out restraint and instead had this weird no normal calling thing. But, what's his name? Skull Dragon has the exact same limitation, sans guard circle.
They should have made it a 10k base.
I really think they should have also.
Because the old one was, 11?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, this is a nice tech option. The fact that you can use it early game, it doesn't matter. It doesn't care how many cards you have in drop zone to get the draw. Whereas like something like Skull Dragon, you're losing the card after the battle, but with this, you're losing the card and getting a draw off of it. So if you're behind or it's mid game and you don't really like, you want to put on pressure, but you don't really. Maybe you're playing against Kagero or something. This allows you to, much like Coral Assault, hit and run.
Right.
It's not like this isn't like Greed Shade level crazy, but it's a decent card and a good one of, maybe two if you're feeling adventurous. But I'm not.
Fair enough.
Yeah. This guy though, this next guy, Troubadour Dead Alfio. He's a 7k grade 1, which means that this skill better be worth it. So on Rearguard Circle, when placed from hand, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, you discard a card and countercharge and soul charge.
I feel like you play it, but you're upset about it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Look, the important thing is that, one, it allows you to soul charge in Grand Blue, which you didn't have in Standard before this, which means that you might get lucky early game and soul charge a grade 3, which means Cocytus is bigger, faster. It also is another way to countercharge outside of Dancing Cutlass, who needs another copy of itself to do that. And then also this lets you load up your drop zone. And the fact that it doesn't work when called from drop hurts a little bit. I think the discard would have been a good enough limitation. And it being a 7k, which means you don't really hit numbers as well. But yeah, you're probably playing this too, and like Matt said, you're not happy about it, but you're playing it. Premium, you don't need to touch this. Grenache already exists, so yeah. Anybody? Am I missing anything? Or
No.
Yeah.
Seems good to me.
Alrighty then. Hydro Hurricane Dragon. So grade 3 Excel Circle 12k. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When plays, Counterblast 1. Retire one of your opponent's rear guards. Auto Vanguard when it attacks. If it's the first battle of the turn, it gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn.
What?
Well,
why? Like
why is it a grade 3?
Because the old one was a grade 3, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, why couldn't they give the skill to like a grade 2 or something?
I don't know.
What is this card?
I
Why would you put this in your deck?
don't know.
Budget?
All right.
That's all I can think of.
But even with budget, you can just use Naval Gazer.
Yeah.
It's like worse Naval Gazer in every way. What the hell?
And Naval Gazer comes in a TD, which,
Mm-hmm.
come on, man. Like, why couldn't they just have the 10k be both fan and rear? There's no reason not to. Like,
At least we found our 50-cent double R.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think what also bothers me about this card is that there are two other cards that want to be the first attack of the turn, and this is not better than those two.
No, it is not.
It is not better than Algos, and it's not better than Tidal Assault. So what are you here for?
All right, let's move on.
Trash.
Is there such a thing as downwards power creep?
It's called set filler.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Blue Wing of Justice, Pharos. So, Vanguard Rearguard once per turn. When your Strive check reveals heal trigger, you may stand it, and then Rearguard only when it attacks once per turn when it attacks a Vanguard. If you have another blue unit with Blue Wing in its card name, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and gets power plus 5,000, and if you have 4 or more other units with Blue Wing in its name, you can stand it instead of getting the power.
You know how you like in the early game when you're like, all right, attack with Vanguard, drive check, and you get a heal and it whiffs. You can just stand your Vanguard with that now.
Yeah, that is a thing.
I have a question. You might not know the answer to this. How many cards have Blue Wing in their card name?
Control F, Blue Wing. There's 5 of them.
That's actually a pretty high amount considering duplicates.
So if you dive check a heal, you could this guy could attack 3 times in a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
I wish it could get both the power and the restand.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't-
why doesn't it get the 5K? I don't get it.
Well, because maybe you drove check to heal or something. I don't know. I don't really
Yeah,
know what to
but,
tell
like,
you.
still.
Yeah.
Give them both. It makes the card easier to template. And
Oh, like explain to people?
yeah. And, well, I mean, just like write down, like instead of getting power plus 5,000, just like stand it. Just give it both.
Oh, it's
whatever.
not just that. This is, I guarantee you, there's going to be people at tournaments. It's like, all right, I'm going to plus 5K and stand. No, it's plus 5K or stand. And then the guy's going to be like, oh, shit, you're right. And then you just roll your eyes and move on with your life because that has happened to the best of us.
Happens.
Yep.
Also, while we're on the subject of the number of blue wings in this set, there is no blue wing grade 3.
Amazing.
For
So
We
it
got
has to be-
fucking Hydro Hurricane Dragon instead of a grade 3 blue wing unit.
Man, Hydra Hurricane Dragon, what a great card.
There's the third meme. We did it. Meme hat trick. We did it, fellas. It's over.
Guys, we just don't know how to properly utilize Hydro. I can't remember his freaking name. Hydro Hurricane
Hurricane
Dragon.
You know what's
You
sad
just
is
have it, put him in the right deck, okay?
I'm sitting here looking at the list of cards, and I honestly forgot for a split second too. Your card is so terrible. I forgot what it was while I was looking.
I
at
don't
it.
remember bad cards, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright, so our last double R is Stormbrighter Nicholas.
I love this thing.
So, it is a grade 1, auto Vanguard Rearguard when placed. Check top 7, reveal up to 1 Marine General of Restless Tides Algos from your deck, and shuffle, and it gets power plus 3,000 until end of turn.
I saw 0 costs in there.
Yep, it's just a free Algos.
That's
And
amazing.
Algos is that nutty grade nutty grade too, right?
From the trial
Yeah.
deck, yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing, honestly.
Well, you're just gonna play this card every time. Nice.
Yeah. No, the fact that you get the 3K whether you find the Aldos or not, pretty nice.
Yeah.
But man, it's super hype when you hit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I've been goldfishing with it. You have like a pretty good chance of hitting something. If you run 4 Aldos, which of course you would, why wouldn't you? Especially if you're running this. Like, Aldos is one of the strongest things about Aquaforce in that first wave of stuff. The fact that this just gives you more consistency, mwah, ridiculous. I love this
Yep.
thing. So, that was the end of the double R's, which now we come to the part where we bring up any rares or commons that we think are interesting or stupid or meme-worthy or good or whatever. Root Beer, I get the feeling you're going to dominate most of the discussion on this because Granblue didn't really get anything like super crazy or anything.
I just want to talk about all the blue wing stuff because they're interesting.
Hit it.
Yeah, so all of them have the same first skill of what Vanguard Rearguard. When you drive check a heal trigger, you can stand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them work on Vanguard Rearguard, and then they all have a running theme of like, you need other cards with blue wing in its name. So we have an 11K grade 2 that has the heal restand, and then if you have no other blue wing units, it just gets power minus 5,000. Also, this counts Guardians, so if you don't have any other rear guards and guard with a blue wing, it'll be at 11K for that one battle.
Dang.
That's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
having an 11K base for something is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Looks good. What is it? Blue Wing of Obstinacy Shimeon?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then there's Blue Wing of Sympathy Macarius, so its rearguard skill is if you have another Blue Wing unit, it can't be chosen by card effects, and then if you have 4 or more Blue Wing units, all of your rearguards can't be chosen by card effects.
Damn. Well, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And then Blue Wing of Resonance Maxios. So during your turn, if you have another Blue Wing unit, it gets power plus 5,000, and then if you have 4 or more, it gets 10,000 instead of 5. And it's a 7K grade 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Blue Wing of Faith Basila. So when plays, Counterblast 1, reveal top 3, put any number of blue wings in their card name into your hand.
That's, damn, you can search shit, too. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's no And there's no limit, so if you just hit a bunch of blue wing stuff, then you just add them all to your hand.
So all this
Amazing.
blue wing stuff is double R and below,
Yeah.
which means that this rather crazy, like, engine, I guess you could call it, is quite cheap.
Yeah, like, this is a really cool archetype, but they don't have a grade 3.
Something tells me that's the next round, maybe?
Who knows?
Or just a random promo one day. Who knows?
Oh yeah, the promo crap. Yeah, that's probably pretty likely.
I think they're going to have to be careful with if you drive check a heal trigger standard, like with a grade 3, you get 4 drive checks in standard. It's a little scary.
Yeah. I mean, I would... See, that's the thing. You think with the drive checking a heal theme, they would have a grade 3 boss unit that turns, like, normal units into heal triggers or something. But, like, they don't have a grade 3.
I get the feeling that they're going to follow up on this. There's no reason not to. This is too interesting to not follow up on. And then
I think this is really cool, and I want to see more of it. I don't know why we didn't get one now.
Maybe a power creep thing.
Maybe.
And
Nah,
maybe they
because
want.
there's Bermuda.
I really think it was a flash in the pan thing. In terms of like that amount of power creep.
Yeah.
I will say that Grand Blue got basically no interesting rares or commons. What I will say is that every clan got a version of this, which is for Grand Blue, it's Dolph the Ghosty, which is it's a grade 1 7k, and it's a Sentinel. So when placed, discard Perfect Guard, and then also on Vanguard Circle, when placed, draw a card and discard a card. So they're giving clans this thing where you can run a grade 1 PG that lets you, if you have to ride it first turn, you can at least cycle a card, which is cool. But why would you want to run that when you have draw PGs? Oh, I know. It's because of Rough Seas Banshee, which is a vanilla critical trigger that is not Night Spirit or the other one, the one in the treasure chest.
Yeah. Basically, what Atlas is trying to insinuate is we got third criticals for all the clan.
You're damn fucking right, we got the third critical.
They did start introducing this in the last set, so...
I think for Grand Blue especially, that's going to be good, because Grand Blue now has like a bona fide deck out problem, so running less draw triggers is a good thing.
Yeah, and also, like, you're a Protect clan, so I think Protect clans that want to be more aggressive can afford the 12 crit now.
Oh yeah. No, this is they're like being deliberate with their trigger releases, which is good. That's all I'm really going to say about Grand Blue's commons or rares, because like I said, there are no interesting things that I wanted to bring up. Matt, did you have any ones for Dimension Police?
Pretty much no.
Really? Nothing? God damn. There's one for Aquaforce I wanted to bring up. Were you done, Root Beer? Or
Yeah, like, I mostly just wanted to talk about Blue Wing.
okay, so there's one I wanted to bring up named Calm Assault. So this is it's a common. It's a grade 1 8k with on rearguard circle, when your unit attacks, if it is the third or fourth battle of this turn, Soul Blast 1, and that unit gets plus 5k until end of that battle. So this means that you can put this in the back and kind of not worry about it ever, because that skill is going off no matter who's attacking. It also makes it so you can maybe, let's say you had to ride the original Maelstrom, you poor unfortunate soul. This can maybe put on a little bit more pressure to help it hit better. And aside from Coral Assault, I don't think there's really much of a soul engine for Aquaforce in Standard, is there?
No, but I don't think we use a whole lot of soul either at the moment.
Yeah, so-
right
Well, that
now.
one idiot goes to Soul with the plus 15, right?
I just said Coral Assault.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
It's
bad.
mostly just like
Yeah.
Tidal Assault and Algos on Vanguard that use soul right now.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if you necessarily... It's not like a 4 of or anything, but I do think it's a rather solid card. And it's really funny in Premium because, like I said, you got resources for days. So,
Right?
I think it's a neat card. And, yeah, so... Since we're all out of... it was Blue Wings and nothing else, and then Calm Assault. That's all we had.
Yeah.
For which, sometimes that happens. Sometimes your commons and rares aren't super important. We had a lot of reprints in this set. Like everybody got their, most of their triggers reprinted. You got like a new starter, like Grand Blue got Captain Night Kid instead of Guiding Zombie. So if you want to run that, you can. It's kind of whatever. So, who won this set? You think?
Not Dimension Police.
Yeah, but they still did pretty good.
It was okay. Yeah.
Just be happy for yourself, man.
Like, Aquaforce got a lot more aggressive, but their only form of advantage right now is still relying on relying on Assault 2. Or
Excel 2?
Excel 2, yeah.
Well, I mean, you could also have meant Assault like Coral Assault, and then 2 like TOO. So it kind of sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
I really think Grand Blue just looks the best after this.
Oh, yeah. I think Grand Blue's in the best position, but I think Aquaforce got the best support, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. In terms of, like, elevating the clan, I think Aquaforce got a lot going for it now.
I think also this stuff combined with the Valios Stride from Premium Collection makes Aquaforce a lot scarier in Premium, too. Yeah, and then like for Grand Blue, I think the important thing is that Greed Shade provides a lot of consistency no matter which format it is, which means that so what Vince and I have been doing with Premium Grand Blue is you play the deck. Your goal is to get 4 Skull Dragons and 1 Captain Nightstorm, the original, so that you have 7 attacks, most of them over like 35k. And in Skull Dragon's case, they're all like huge, like in the 50s or 60s. So this Greed Shade allows you to hunt for A, the cost for Ultimate Stride, B, put Skull Dragons into drop zone faster, like if you have them in your hand or something, and C just lets you like kickstart that engine quicker. So just Greed Shade by itself did like eons for the clan, and I'm super happy about it.
Yeah, Grand Blue looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like them having both consistent rides now that do effectively the same thing.
Yes.
A lot of ways to mill early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like sideways power creep, but not quite, because Cotitus and Bastkirk fulfill different roles, but the same role, kind of.
I mean, they're both kind of nutty on Vanguard Circle.
Oh, so. Of course, yeah. I don't, like, do you think there's anything to say about, like, Dimension Police for, like, are they better off in Premium, at least? Or what's the, like, what is there to glean from this, aside from, Dialiner?
I don't know. Actually, just Dimension Police needs a lot of help on a lot of different fronts. A lot of it is kind of just not only a consistency base, because like riding Great Dayusha first is still really bad, and like you still don't have a way to like push through protect gifts.
That's true.
So those two kind of things combined, like you're probably just not gonna like. I still don't think Dimension Police is good.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
still...
even with Dialiners plus 10 shield plus 10 on grade 3s, you're probably going to have problem just trying to handle multiple attacks from Excel too.
And that's why I kind of like backed up when I started talking about Glory Maker, because if there's a way to make this deck good, it's probably might rely on Glory Maker as a way to push through. But yeah, I'm just not convinced that it's playable.
Yeah.
And by playable, I mean like actively like meta per se, or actually has good matchups against really anything.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, Glory Maker does kind of help the protect situation, especially if they start opting for 12 crit.
Here's something I just noticed that you didn't bring up, Matt. Quick
What's
Hero Active Mask?
I saw this guy.
What'd you think?
So we should read the card, right?
Yes.
So Quick Hero Active Mass is a grade 2 10k, and when your Vanguard attacks, if this unit, if that unit has power 30,000 or greater, you can counter +1 and stand this unit. I think this card is really whatever because the counter it is not getting any additional power, so it's not hitting for a lot on its own without additional help.
True.
And it costs a counterblast. So,
I mean,
in Dimension Police, you're not often putting a Force Circle on your rearguard spots. At least not the first, maybe one, even two.
I think it's like a nice tech for like just that Great Dayusha turn, because you can attack with it first, and then you ride Great Dayusha, your front row gets 10k, and then you also get to put a Force Circle somewhere, and then you attack with your Vanguard, and then stand him again, and so that goes from having 4 to 5 attacks in a Force Clan.
Right.
That's something that has to count for something.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the large counterblast cost that you have.
So you have this, you have Great Dayusha, you have Die Liner, if that's a thing. I think that's something to be said about the original Dayusha, was that he was free.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to worry about there, and so I don't think this card is particularly great, just because him not be getting any amount of power is makes it pretty questionable.
I still think it's something to keep an eye on, and maybe there will be something you can use it with later.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a rare. That's pretty neat. Yeah. So that was pretty much the set review for Extra Booster 8, My Glorious Justice.
And it wasn't My Glorious Justice.
It wasn't his Glorious Justice. It was My Glorious Justice, and Root Beer's Glorious Justice, but mostly mine. Because suck it. So, guys, you're out there in the internet landscape. Where do people find you if they want to talk to you?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggins, 2Gs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
And then you can find this podcast personally at Nexus at Night, or you can find me at Atlas Novak, Novak being spelled Novack. That's pretty much it. We also upload the podcast to the Nexus Core YouTube channel, so you can follow at Nexus Core for a lot of memes, I'll be honest. It's a lot of memes. Like, more than us. It's a lot of memes. So, yeah, until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everybody.